The reason why I made the last video was to get to this point too. When I brought my babies back to my hometown to raise them, because I couldn't do it alone in Yorkton, because I didn't have a really good support system out there. I didn't have any support. And my son was, I think, 3 months old when I tried to do my upgrading, and I was trying to go back to high school. And I had a little baby in my, like, I had 2 babies in tow. My daughter was very young too. But when I tell you all those attempts trying to get my education up there and take the GED, and all those times that I didn't pass the GED, and I had a hard time with numbers. I always have. I don't know why. It just is. It was always a problem with me and numbers. Anyway, and that's okay. I went into resources. It didn't help my self-esteem getting taken out of the classroom and into a private room with a lady there. And you're the only kid there that's away from the other kids. In fact, it hindered my self-esteem big time. Because when you're getting taken away and the other ones aren't, of course that's going to affect you. Fucking rights, it's going to affect you. And it did. Oh yeah, my self-esteem went plummeting down. Oh yeah. Yeah. Anyway, when I brought my kids back to my hometown, as they got older in grade, I think it was grade 7 she was in, she went to my school, King George. And when I tell you, they tried to friggin' hinder her growth like they did with me when they were checking my punctuations on my creativity when I would write short stories and stuff like that, because I always wanted to be a novelist. I always had a flair for writing. I always kept journals. I always loved poetry. I could, no problem. And I always wanted to kind of, I always wanted to write. I wanted to be a novelist. You know what I mean? Even though, I can do a lot of different things, but when they try to pigeonhole you into one square that you don't fit, because you can do numerous things. Jack of all trades, ace of none. That's me. Anyway, when my daughter was going to school there at the same school I went to, and when I friggin' had them give me, files, big friggin' heaping files, trying to convince me that my daughter will not be moving forward in her education. She is not going to graduate. She's not going to be successful. These people went out of their way to try to convince me of that. And she was in grade 7. Do you think I was going to even friggin'... No. She was never going to know that, because you know what? She does the books for Ford. She